tissue.
Okay. Okay, so we are now come on live as usual on a Saturday on a Dharma broadcasting, and we will wait for our viewers to join us. And before we start, as usual, we start at 9 o'clock. We are about 4 minutes away, so we expect our colleagues to join. We have already 2 of you here, so say something in the chat room so that we know you are here. So let me say namaskar to the 2 of you are here. Some of you are with us on Zoom, but you're supposed to be in the Facebook. So 4 of you are here. So comment something in the chat room before we start. And we are now, like I said earlier, slightly less than 4 minutes away. Join us here so that we can share something very important, something that could have helped to you, of use to you during this pandemic situation. So, all right, Kavita, Periyanan, Vanakkam, Namaskaram. Okay, thank you. So let's hear anybody else who would like to say something in the comment box. Yes. Okay. So anybody else? We'll drop out somebody. The time now is 8:57 Malaysian time. I think in South Africa is 2:57. Today our guest is, yes, Namaskaram, Sanam, Namaskaram, Kamal Namagar, Namaskar. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for being with us here today to support our channel, which we have now, which was initially the Why of Hinduism. The Why of Hinduism now becomes a program. Like today is the program is called the Why of Hinduism on this channel called Dharma Broadcasting. We do many things now on Dharma Broadcasting, including some advocacy work, some on health, some on our spiritual activities, practices. So we are growing, and we have Kolisha Hari. Namaskar. Yeah, namaskar. And yes, we are 2 minutes away. Please share this. Please share this link to your personal wall. Yeah. So let me now also do that. I will now connect the link. You can go to the link on Facebook, copy it, and paste it or share it on your wall so that your friends can benefit from this live event today. We are still about 2 minutes away from going live. Now I will go to my personal wall and yes, pasted and post. Awesome. Post. Okay, done. So I've done that. So those of you are with us, please, Shanti, Hari Om to everyone. Yes, Shanti, thank you. Share this to your friends, to your personal wall, yeah, so that we have more people today. Something that of use, that we all can benefit today from, especially like I said earlier, from our current pandemic, from the pandemic situation. It's part of our tradition. Some of us know this, many of us don't. There are some final points that we will discover today. So we wait and we wait and we wait before we start. We are less than a minute away before we go live. And keep sharing. Yeah, more of you coming. Kamal Magal, Jeffrey Dunn. Okay. Jeffrey Dunn. Okay. I'm sure so somebody says message. Okay, so we are now 9 sharp, and I believe it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon in South Africa. So we will start officially. Priya, Shashi, Priyanka Nair. Vanakkam, sir. Okay. Namachivaya வாழ்க நாதன் தான் வாழ்க இமைப்பொழுதும் என் நெஞ்சில் நீங்காதான் தாழ் வாழ்க. Hari Om, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Sakti, Namaskaram, Namaste, Namaskar, Vanakkam. Yeah, welcome. to the Why of Hinduism, brought to you by Dharma Broadcasting. This event happens on every Saturday, 9 p.m. And today we have with us our guest, yeah, Dr. Jyoti Rekha, all the way from South Africa. But because of technology, we don't have to go, or she don't have to come all the way from South Africa to here. We are connected through Zoom, and then we are live. We are on live on Facebook, yeah, through Facebook. Yeah, Dr. Jyoti Rekha is a homeopath, a yoga teacher, a corporate wellness consultant who has been practicing yoga almost her whole life and have been teaching the last 14 years. So I like to thank her for being with us today and welcome her to our the Why of Hinduism program. Thank you, Dr. Jyoti Rekha, with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. And namaste, namaskar, vanikam, hari om, Hare Krishna, dear all. And thanks for joining us here today.
That's the beauty about Hindus. Huh? We have sometimes a different school of thought, but we all can come together and say things that which is not something that we practice, but we can say something together. Okay, so let's come to this first question. Today it's about, the topic is about pranayam. So Dr. Jyoti Rekha, since you have been a practitioner and also a coach, not only a coach, but you also, coach, you are also a corporate wellness consultant. So I'm going to ask you this first question so that the viewers can benefit from this. How do you define pranayam? What does pranayam actually means?
Okay, so most people define pranayam as breath control. Okay, now although this interpretation may seem correct in view of the practices involved, it does not confer the full meaning of the word. Now, pranayam is comprised of two roots, prana plus ayama. Prana actually means vital energy or life force. It's the force that exists in all things, whether animate or inanimate. Although closely related to the air we breathe, it is more subtle than even air and oxygen. Therefore, pranayam should not be described as mere breathing exercises aimed at introducing extra oxygen into the lungs. Although this is one of the many benefits of pranayam. Okay, pranayam actually utilizes breathing to influence the flow of prana or vital energy in the nadis or energy channels of our pranamaya kosha or energy body. Now, the word yama means to control, okay, and it's used to denote rules or codes of conduct. But this is not the word that's joined to pranayama, prana to form pranayam. The correct word is actually ayama, which has far more implications, right? So what does ayama mean? Ayama means expansion or extension. Therefore, pranayam actually means the expansion or extension of the dimension of prana, okay? And the techniques of pranayam provide the method whereby this life force or vital energy can be activated and regulated in order to go beyond one's normal boundaries and limitations and attain a higher vibratory state of energy, a higher vibratory energy state. So this is the actual meaning of pranayama. It doesn't just mean breath control. It's expansion and extension of the dimension of prana.
Wow. Very detailed explanation. Extension of prana. I caught that keyword.
Expansion.
Yeah? Extension of prana. Did I hear correctly? Yeah. Extension of prana. Yeah. So see, like you said, a lot of people don't know, and then they think this is just another breathing exercise. And some people have come out what we call as box breathing. And I'm sure you heard about this. But never mind, we'll talk about this later. But this is pranayama is beyond breathing. Yeah. So thank you for this detailed sharing. Yeah. What are the 4 aspects of pranayama? What are the 4 aspects of pranayama?
Okay, so in our pranayama practices, there are actually 4 aspects of breathing which are involved. Puraka, which is the first one, that's inhalation. Rechika, that's exhalation. Then we have Antar Kumbhaka, that's internal breath retention. And Bahir Kumbhaka, that's external breath retention. So the different practices of pranayama involves various techniques which utilizes these 4 aspects of breathing, which is inhalation, exhalation, internal breath retention, and external breath retention. So those are the 4 aspects of pranayama.
And what is the most important part of pranayama? What is the most important part? Oh, there are 4,
Okay.
right? Puraka, Rakshaka, what, and then Antar Kumbhaka and Bahir Kumbhaka.
Yes.
What is
Okay,
the
so
most
that's
important? Yeah.
okay. So as you mentioned, we have the internal breath retention and the external breath retention. So the most important part of pranayama is actually the breath retention, which is kumbhaka. Okay, but in the initial stages, when we first start practicing pranayama, we mainly focus on our inhalation and exhalation because this helps to strengthen our respiratory system. It balances our nervous system and our pranic system, and it prepares our body for the breath retention or kumbhaka. So we can't just rush straight into retaining our breath. We first have to get control and over the inhalation and exhalation and perfect this first before we perfect and go to the breath retention.
What happens if we do it wrongly?
So, so if someone is new, for example, if you've never done pranayama before, and if you just read a book or you see something on the internet,
watch YouTube.
or watch YouTube. But thankfully on YouTube, much isn't mentioned on the retention part, right?
Okay, yeah.
But if you just read a book or even watch YouTube, and a lot of focus is on the breath retention, then if you are a neophyte and if you're doing a pranayama for the first time, and if you suddenly try to hold your breath for 30 seconds or maybe for a minute, now your body, your pranic system is not used to this. And so it can have an adverse effect on you. So it's always better to start with the inhalation and exhalation exercises first before you go on to the long breath retentions and all of that. Because we don't want any adverse effect on our body.
Correct. So
although pranayama has many beneficial effects.
But you will not do any adverse damage to the physical.
No, I'm not going to teach you anything that's going to have an adverse effect on you.
Which one do we do first? Do we do the yoga first or do you do the pranayama first? Which one do we do first? Usually, what do we start first?
Okay, that's a good question. So like, so yoga, since you mentioned yoga, and 21st of June is actually International Yoga Day.
Yeah.
So yoga is actually the science, it's actually a way of life, right? It's a science of how to live life. It's a science of right living. And as such, it should be practiced, on a regular basis. And now yoga normally is comprised of, like in a yoga class, as you said, what do we practice first? In a normal yoga class or even at home, you would normally practice the asanas, which is the exercises. And then you practice so we have the asanas, then we have the breathing, which is called the pranayama. Then you also have the relaxation that you can practice. Then there's meditation. And if you're doing your pranayama, if you're doing your asanas, your pranayama, your relaxation, and your meditation, right? Then it's also good to have a sattvic diet, a pure sattvic diet. In yoga, we recommend a vegetarian diet. So because if you practice all of this, then you don't have a sattvic diet, and if you don't have the proper thoughts are very important in yoga as well, then you're not gonna get the full benefit. So the main thing is you practice the asanas, then the pranayama, the relaxation, and the meditation, and then throughout your day you have a pure sattvic diet and have pure thoughts. Thoughts also have energy and power, and also create a vibration, so and have an impact on all our koshas. So that's also very important in yoga. So that's the order in which we should go.
Very good. There is a question by Kavita Periana. Hi, ma'am. Would you be able to demonstrate a few different types of pranayam? Yes, coming soon. We heard you. Coming soon. Yeah, that we will show you. We will demonstrate to you. Let's clear the theoretical part first. Then we will come to the practical part. When you say relaxation, are we talking about savasana?
Yeah. So savasana is one of the a relaxation technique that you can practice. So today, because we're sitting, we won't be able to practice that.
Yeah, yeah.
But maybe at the end of our session, our pranayama session, we can just do a small relaxation technique. I can just take you through it while you're sitting. Or if you're at home, you can lie down and we will go through a small relaxation technique. We can do that if we have time.
Yeah. That's the best part of the yoga exercise for me. Or not exercise, the yoga, the best part is the savasana part, where your body really goes into that couple of minutes, really goes into a deep relaxation mode that you feel so fresh. Then suddenly you realize, wow, it's like an 8 hours of sleep. Maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but maybe 1 or 2 hours of real sleep, that couple of minutes of savasana that we do. Okay, so important question with all these breathing exercise and all that. What role does pranayam play in COVID-19? Probably some of our viewers would like to hear. How can it help an individual or someone or during this current pandemic situation?
So our lungs are very sensitive, right? And although being internal organs, it's constantly in contact with our external environment with every breath we take. As human beings, we actually breathe about 15 times per minute. That's about 2,600 times per day. Okay, wow. So this makes our lungs very vulnerable to dust, to pollutants, to respiratory infections, and therefore we need to protect our lungs, right? Therefore, along with practicing preventative measures like wearing masks, hand sanitizing, social distancing, we need to work on other interventions that can help to keep our lungs healthy and strong. So this is where the pranayama has a very important role to play, especially with this COVID-19 pandemic, because it helps to strengthen our lungs and our respiratory system. It also, as I'll explain later, it also has a very big role in building our immune system. So so most people, if you breathe incorrectly and they don't, they use only a small portion of their lung capacity. And studies show that because of sedentary lifestyle or sedentary habits and poor quality of air, and people having a poor lifestyle, we only use about 30% of our lung capacity. So the pranayama plays an important role, because if we do it every single day, it helps us use our lung capacity almost to the fullest extent. And it helps to increase the amount of oxygen in our blood and in our cells, tissues, and organs. So that's where the pranayama has an important role to play with regard to COVID-19, because it strengthens our lungs and our respiratory system.
In simple words, can I say that pranayama helps to build the lung muscle? See, layman's language is like building your lung, it's like carrying a weight to build your muscles, but pranayama can help to build your lung muscle, so to speak. I don't know whether lungs is a muscle. I'm not a medical guy, but can I say that in simple words?
You can say that pranayama is going to strengthen the lungs. It's going to increase the amount of air that enters. So in our lungs, we have the sacs. It increases the amount of air that enters our alveoli. So the alveoli is where There's exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide and all of that. So it does increase our lung capacity, and it improves our respiratory function and our pulmonary function. So in that way, it's going to be beneficial for, you can say that it strengthens the respiratory system.
So that are some of the benefits. Are there any other benefits that you like to say?
Okay. Yeah. So the main benefit, as I mentioned, is increases the lung capacity and pulmonary efficiency, and it helps to reduce further lung infections. Okay. Other benefits of doing pranayama, studies show that doing pranayama, the studies actually show that it increases the lung capacity. So the studies also show that daily practice of pranayama helps to reduce stress and anxiety, and it helps to build the immune system. Okay. Now, mental balance and emotional stability are other benefits of pranayama, because it helps to induce tranquility, clarity of thought, focus, concentration. It helps with calming a person, and overall it helps one cope with the daily challenges of COVID-19, like loss of loved ones, especially loss of jobs, financial and economic instability. So that's how it's going to help us to cope. And then also it helps with chronic diseases. It helps with the prevention and management of diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Now, these are all comorbidities of COVID-19, and they put us at a higher risk of developing severe symptoms or complications of COVID. So by practicing these pranayams every single day, you can't just practice one day and not practice the next day. By practicing it every single day for a period of at least 3 months, right? You're gonna definitely see the benefit with regard to your diabetes or hypertension and other comorbidities. So it's going to help to prevent and manage this as well. Yeah, so these are some of the benefits.
So can I now ask you this question? How long should someone spend time on asanas, pranayam, and meditation? You know, everybody is busy these days. Okay, COVID, now people have more time being at home. So if I have an hour, yeah, how much? How do I proportion that? Is there any proportioning of the 1 hour that I have to do these 3 daily work, or not daily, daily discipline? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So in terms of your daily routine, it's always best to start in the morning during the Brahma Muhurta time, because that's the time when the air is more subtle and the vibrations are high, and you will get maximum benefit.
And Brahma Muhurta is what time to what time? It's
from approximately 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning.
We have started Brahma Muhurta early morning Facebook Live, but not many people join. So I'm trying many.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah, I'm sure you would have more people joining you.
Oh yeah, we are trying many channels to attract people to come and join us. Okay, continue. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So see, your yoga practice depends on you as a person. It depends if you've just started your yoga practice. It depends on your age. So, if you're 50 years or older, you may not be able to cope with 1 hour. So if you're a child, you may only be able to cope with 15 minutes of doing a little bit of pranayama, a little bit. My nephews can't go more than 15 minutes, because that's the span that they can cope with. A little bit of the yoga exercises, a little bit of the pranayama, and a short meditation. So it just depends on your age group, and some people can manage. So if you're starting off, at least do approximately 15 minutes of your yoga asanas. If you're starting off, then do approximately another 10 to 15 minutes of your pranayama,
Yeah.
And then you have a short relaxation,
Yeah.
and then you do meditation for another 15 minutes. So that will take you slightly more than approximately 45 minutes,
Awesome.
right? If you're just
Awesome.
starting off, yeah, 15, 15, and 10, 15 minutes, yeah, of
Yeah.
the meditation.
Wonderful.
So,
Wonderful.
and at home, it's always nice, like after every yoga asana, if you can have a short relaxation. It's not possible in a yoga class, but at home, you know, if you're doing any posture, then have a short relaxation in between, especially if you're like 60 years and above. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right. Thank you. By the way, those of viewers who are watching us, this is an event that we bring every Saturday. We have more events, more live shows happening on this channel. We started about 3 months ago with almost literally 0 followers. Today we are touching 1,000 followers with no advertising, nothing, purely organic. And feel free to like and follow us. We have a lot of events and live events coming up, especially or totally on Sanatana Dharma matters. Yeah. So I'd like to thank you. Some of you are watching. So now we will go and see whether you can show us some moves. Yeah. Of pranayama or anything. Yeah. Because Kavita is very excited. Yeah. I am very excited because I practice. But there's always opportunity to learn something new, to discover something new. So I want to now get ready to show us some moves of how some of this pranayama and all that you can show us to help us to become healthier and feel good, feel better. Yeah.
yes. Okay. So,
anything you like to say before we go to our practices?
yeah. So before you start your pranayama practices, it's always nice to, do a small, become aware. So before we begin, maybe I'll do that before we begin. I teach you a technique. So do you want me to, what pranayama would you want me to start with? Is Nadi Shodan okay?
Yes,
because that's
yes.
the pranayama technique that you should begin with if you're a beginner.
Sadhguru always talks about this. Okay.
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 So I'll begin with the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, and it's also known as alternate nostril breathing. It's a very simple pranayama, and it can be practiced by everyone from a child to until you up into your 70s and 80s, because it has minimal side effects. Also, and pranayama doesn't have side effects, but I mean it's beneficial, and it doesn't have any negative impact if you have a serious ailment or anything, So nadi means channels, or flow of energy, and shodhana means purification. So nadi shodhana.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Okay. So nadi means channels.
Channel. Nadi means channel.
Channels.
Okay.
So we have channels. We have nadis throughout
Yeah.
our body, energy channels. So it refers to those channels. And shodhana means purification. So
Sadhguru says we have 72,000 nadis.
Yes. Okay. Yes, that's correct. So it's that practice that purifies our nadis, or our energy channels. Okay. So so now, what are some of the benefits of this nadi shodhana pranayama? So it ensures that the entire body is nourished with an extra supply of oxygen, and carbon dioxide is efficiently expelled, and blood is purified of toxins. Okay, it also stimulates the brain centers to work at its optimum level, and it helps to induce tranquility, clarity of thought, focus, and concentration. It increases our vitality, and it also significantly helps to reduce stress and anxiety, although it's a very simple pranayama. Okay, and this pranayama is very beneficial if you have heart disease, if you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol. It's very beneficial if you have arthritis, and especially if you have any disease where you can't do something very vigorous. Okay, so let's begin with this pranayama. The main thing is you need to sit upright. Whenever you do any breathing exercises, you have to sit upright. Okay, your spine needs to be erect. Okay, now before we begin the Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, we'll just close our eyes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Breathe in fully and breathe out completely. Now I want you to become aware. Close your eyes, take your attention to your body. Become aware of any pain or any sensation in any part of your body. Now take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, release the pain and the tension and the stress from any part of your body through your breath. So breathe in fully and completely. And breathe out, releasing the pain and tension in any part of your body. Now, take your attention to your heart center. Become aware of any emotion that you feel in the region of your heart center. So, are you stressed? Are you anxious? Are you feeling sad or worried? Are you depressed? Is there any sadness? Or are you happy? Become aware of the emotions that you are feeling. Now take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, release all the negative emotions that you have in the region of your heart center. Take another deep breath in. Breathe in fully and completely. Now breathe out, releasing all the negative emotions that you feel. Take another deep breath in. As you breathe out, release any heavy negative emotion through the breath. Now take your attention to your mind. Become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of any negative thought that you have on your mind. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, release any negative thought through your breath. Breathe in fully and breathe out completely. Breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe out, release any negative thoughts from your mind. Now, take a deep breath in and we'll chant Om 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Another deep breath in. Again. Okay, when you feel comfortable, slowly open your eyes with a big smile. Okay, so now we will begin with our Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. Okay, so for this pranayam, we're going to use, we already explained the benefits of it. We're going to use our right hand. So it's the thumb and the ring finger of your right hand, if everyone can see me. Yes, can you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ring finger,
Right.
ring finger.
Yes.
Thumb and your?
The thumb and your ring finger.
Okay.
I'm just going to check. Right. So your thumb and your ring finger. Right. Now place your thumb over, so we're going to place the thumb over the right nostril. And right. Now these two fingers, the index finger and the middle finger, will be resting here on your forehead. Right, that's correct. Right. So we're going to use the ring finger now. So upright, you still have to sit upright. Now take a deep breath in through your left nostril. Fully and completely breathe in. Now block the left nostril with the ring finger. Now both your nostrils are blocked, right? Your right nostril and the left nostril. Now release your thumb from the left nostril and breathe out through the left nostril. Inhale fully through the right nostril, sorry. Inhale fully through the right nostril until you can inhale no more. Block the right nostril with the thumb. Now both nostrils are blocked. Release the ring finger from the left nostril and breathe out. Now that is one round, okay? We're going to do a few more rounds. Breathe in again through the left nostril. Block the left nostril with the ring finger, right? Release the thumb and exhale through the right nostril. Inhale fully through the right nostril. Block the right nostril with the thumb. Release the ring finger from the left nostril and exhale. That is our second round. Inhale again through the left nostril. Block the left nostril with the ring finger. And release the thumb and exhale to the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Block the right nostril with the thumb. Release the ring finger from the left nostril and exhale. Exhale fully and completely. Now inhale through the left nostril. Inhale fully and completely. Block the left nostril. And exhale through the right nostril. Exhale as much as you can. Inhale through the right nostril. Fully and completely inhale. Block the right nostril with the thumb. And release the ring finger from the left nostril and exhale. So I'm doing one more round. You inhale through the left nostril. Block the left nostril with your ring finger. Now you release the thumb from your right nostril and you breathe out. Inhale through the right nostril. Block the right nostril with your thumb. Both nostrils are blocked. Now release the ring finger from the left nostril and exhale. And relax. So close your eyes And just breathe in and breathe out and completely relax. Breathe in again and breathe out, and just become aware of your mind, become aware of your body, and relax. When you feel comfortable, you can slowly open your eyes. So that was the Nadi Shodhana pranayama. Yeah. And it should be practiced. Try and practice this pranayama every day, in the morning preferably, or you can practice it in the evenings as well, or whenever you have time. As long as you practice it, it doesn't really matter. Because you know, if you're busy and have no time in the morning, busy with children and making lunch and all of that, practice it at any time. Yes.
Must the stomach be empty when we do this, or is it okay to have food when we, if you have taken some food?
Okay.
Is this advisable?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So it's always advisable to do your yoga and pranayama exercises at least 2 or 3 hours before you eat. Right? So
Yeah.
try not to eat anything before you practice, do your pranayama. So that's the reason why we say also practice it in the morning before breakfast, because you're already on an empty stomach. Yes.
Okay. Before we go to the next one, there's a question from Kamal Magar. Which pranayam is best for those above 40?
For those above 40, I would recommend all the pranayams for those above 40. But it just depends. Yes, I have a student who's 85 years old, and she can do all the pranayams.
Wow.
So yeah. So above 40, everyone can do the pranayams, but it just depends. If you have a medical condition that prevents you from doing a pranayam, then you shouldn't be doing that pranayam. For example, if you have high blood pressure, you shouldn't be doing Kapalbhati pranayam. You know, there's certain you know, there's certain, in certain cases you cannot do a pranayam. Yeah.
Okay. What will be the next?
Okay, so I'll go on to the next one.
Yes.
So the next pranayam will be the humming breath. Okay, so this is called Brahmary Pranayama.
Humming breath.
Yes,
Okay.
it's a humming bee breath.
Okay.
It's the humming bee breath. It's called Brahmary Pranayama. And so Brahmary means bee. And the sound, it's called Brahmary Pranayama because it produces the sound of the black bee. Okay, so a little bit I'll tell you about the benefits of this pranayama. So actually, this helps reduce stress and cerebral tension. So it is very good for those of you who get angry, because it helps reduce anger, and it helps. Yeah.
No, because about on Thursday we had a live event on midbrain, you know, pineal gland and pituitary gland, and there was a question from the audience: how do I reduce my anger? So I asked her to come back next week. So now I know what to answer her. Okay, do pranayama. Okay.
Yeah. So this actually alleviates anger, anxiety, and it's very good if you have difficulty falling asleep. So many people now with this COVID-19 pandemic, they're always anxious and they're worried and they're stressed and they find it difficult to sleep. So it's very good if you have insomnia. Okay, so you should practice this pranayama. Another very good benefit is that it's good for high blood pressure. So, but if you have too low blood pressure, if your blood pressure is very low, then it's contraindicated and you shouldn't practice this pranayama. So with regard to the question from the person who asked regarding pranayama for people who are 40 years and above. Yeah. So if you're 40 years and above and you have low blood pressure, then you shouldn't practice this pranayama. Okay? Because it's going to further reduce your blood pressure. Okay, so, but however, it's a very good pranayama for high blood pressure, reduce anger, anxiety, reduce stress. It's also good for healing after operations. It speeds up the healing process after operations. If you have any problems with your voice or throat ailments, it's going to help you with that. And however, if you have an ear infection, then you shouldn't practice this pranayam. Wait until the infection subsides completely and then practice this pranayam. Also, it should not be practiced while you're lying down. Okay, you have to be sitting up while doing this pranayam. So let's start. So for this pranayam, we can use both our hands. You take your thumb, you place it over your palms, you roll your 3 fingers over your thumb, and your index finger is in the air, right? So now you take your index finger and place it. There's a flap. See, we have our ear. There's a flap here. So you place your index finger in that flap, press it against the flap to occlude your ear canal. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You occlude your ear canal while pressing onto that flap with your index finger. So you in this position, sit upright, occlude your ear canal by placing your index finger over that flap. Now inhale, and as we're not going to breathe out now, we're going to hum out. Okay, so inhale and hum. And relax. Now we're going to inhale again. And take and hum out. Okay, close your eyes while doing this. Inhale one more time. And hum. Now relax. Okay, so this is just one way of doing this pranayama. I'm going to teach you the correct, another way to do it, right? So here we don't move our hands on that flap. The next, we're going to go on to the next way of doing this pranayama. So our hands are here, out in front, your thumbs placed over your palms, your 3 outer fingers, roll them over your thumb with the index finger in the air. Now you will hear the exact sound of a bee, right? The humming of a bee, because we're going to move our index finger against the flap. So we're going to push it in and release, push it in and release, okay? So take your index finger, place it over the flap, take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and then you're going to hum out while moving your finger in and out against that flap. Okay, inhale. And relax. Now we'll do it again. So inhale and hum out. One last time. Inhale. Now, as we're humming out, continue moving our finger against the flap of our ear, right? Inhale and hum out. and relax. Okay. Okay. Now you can relax. Okay. So did you feel the effect of this pranayama?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. Now, what we're going to do, now some of you probably have pain on your shoulders, or you have arthritis and you're unable to use your fingers, or you have wrist pain or shoulder pain. So for those of you who are unable to practice this pranayama for long hours at a time, so like even 2 minutes gives you pain, then you just sit upright, you close your eyes, you take a deep breath in, and you hum out. So let's do this. We'll do 3 rounds of this. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and hum. Take another deep breath in and hum out. Inhale. One last time and hum. Now, just relax, close your eyes, and completely relax. Feel the peace within you. Feel the peace and bliss within you. You are completely relaxed, and when you feel comfortable, slowly open your eyes. Okay, so that was the Brahmary Pranayama, or the humming bee breath. Okay, so I'll go to the next pranayama.
Yeah.
That is called is that fine?
Yes. We have another 12 more minutes, yeah?
We have another?
12 more minutes, 12 more minutes.
All right, that's fine.
All right.
So the next breathing technique is called Bhastrika, okay? So we'll quickly go through Bhastrika, or the bellow breath. So because of the rapid, now the benefits of this is because of the rapid exchange of air in the lungs, there's an increase in exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the bloodstream, okay? So this results in, this stimulates the metabolic rate. It produces heat in the body, and it helps to remove waste and toxins from the body. So that's one benefit of this breathing technique. And then because when we're doing this pranayama, there's a rapid movement of our diaphragm. So diaphragm is the muscle between our thorax and our abdomen. And that movement of the diaphragm causes pressure on our abdominal organs. So it actually massages and tones our abdominal organs. Okay, so that's another benefit. And also, it helps to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in our lungs. So that makes it very beneficial, especially during our current condition with this pandemic. And it helps with lung disorders like asthma and other disorders, right? So it's going to strengthen your lungs, and it's going to strengthen the respiratory system. And it also helps to strengthen the nervous system. You would feel the impact on your you will feel the impact on your mind when you do this. In fact, all of the pranayams have an impact on our nervous system. So it strengthens the nervous system. And so let's start with this pranayama, okay? Okay, so you have to sit upright. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out and completely relaxed. Now we're going to place our hands alongside our shoulder, sit upright, make a fist. Okay, so I'll just show you how to do this pranayama. It's very forceful. Okay, so one more thing. For this pranayama, if you have a very high blood pressure, if you have a severe heart condition, right? Or if you have gastric ulcer or epilepsy or vertigo, then you shouldn't do this pranayama, okay? So hands to your side, make a fist. Now we're gonna inhale forcefully. So we inhale forcefully, hands up, right? And you extend your fingers out. You exhale forcefully, hands to your sides and a fist again. So this is how it's done. Inhale forcefully, exhale forcefully. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, did you get that?
Yes.
Hands here. Right, you got that. So hands in a fist, and we're going to do this 10 times, okay? So close your eyes while doing this. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Completely relax. Close your eyes. Completely relax. We'll do one more round of this pranayama. Make a fist. Sit upright. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Okay, so we should actually practice about 3 rounds. I'm not sure how much of time we have. Should we go for one more round?
Yes, we have about 7 more minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go for one more round. Hands to your side, along your shoulders, and inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Completely relax. Close your eyes and completely relax. Become aware of your mind. Are there any thoughts in your mind? Become aware of your body. How do you feel as compared to when you first joined the session? Become aware of the peace and bliss within yourself. When you feel comfortable, slowly open your eyes. Okay, so that was the 3 pranayama techniques that I taught you. The first was the Nadi Shodhana pranayama. The second was the Brahmary or the humming bee. And the third is Bhastrika or the bellow breath that we've done. And I hope that you would be able to put these pranayams into practice. At least if you start practicing 2 minutes each pranayam, 2 minutes a day for each one of them. And so that's about 6 minutes, and slowly, gradually increase your pranayama practice. Practice 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes for the first week. Then the second week, you gradually increase it to like 3 or 4 minutes, and then gradually increase the time that you do it for. So if you can practice 5 minutes or 6 minutes for the first week, then the next week you increase to about 10 minutes, and then gradually increase like that. Yeah. Do we have time for relaxation?
Oh, yeah. Yes, we have 5 more minutes.
Okay, so what should we do now?
Om meditation. Yes.
Okay, so we have the Om meditation.
Yeah.
Okay, before we end, we will just chant Om. At home, you can chant Om, as Om also is like a form of pranayama, because you're inhaling and then you're going to chant Om, Om, and then you inhale again. Again, you inhale and then we chant Om. Okay, so we're going to do that about 7 times, okay, before we end. At home, you can chant longer. Yeah. So take a deep breath in, sit upright, close your eyes. Let's chant Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Okay, we'll stop at 5. Take another deep breath in and chant Om. Okay, before we end, please close your eyes. We'll just do a quick 1-minute relaxation, since someone had requested it. So wherever you are, if you're lying down or you're sitting, just close your eyes and continue breathing. Breathe normal breaths. Your toes are relaxed. All your toes are relaxed. Your ankles are relaxed. Both your feet are relaxed. You are completely relaxed. Your calf muscles, your knees, your thighs are relaxed. You are completely relaxed. Close your eyes and completely relax. Both your legs are relaxed. Your abdomen and all the organs in your abdomen is relaxed. You are completely relaxed. Every cell, tissue, and organ in your body is relaxed. Your chest is relaxed. Your heart and lungs are relaxed. You are completely relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your arms are relaxed. Your wrists and fingers are relaxed. You are completely relaxed. Every cell, tissue, and organ in your body is relaxed. Your nose, your eyes, your cheeks are relaxed. Your entire face is relaxed. You are completely, completely relaxed. You are happy, healthy, and content. Every cell in your body is healthy. Every cell in your body, every tissue and organ in your body vibrates with vitality, health, and well-being. You are happy, healthy, content, and relaxed. Your entire body is relaxed. You are completely, completely relaxed. Every cell, tissue, and organ in your body is relaxed. Now just remain silent. Continue your normal breath. And when you feel comfortable, slowly open your eyes with a big smile. Okay, so that brings us to the end of today's session. I had to rush through the relaxation and most of the breathing, but we did manage to do something.
Yes, Karthik Subramanian, simple, easy to practice every day and powerful technique. Jodhiji, oh, thank you. Yeah. So this is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. Yeah, our traditions, which some of us
Yes.
have accidentally forgotten, but nevertheless, it's an opportunity for us to revisit our traditions and enjoy the benefit.
Yes.
Ancient.
Absolutely.
It is not a belief system; it's an ancient science. Yeah.
It
Which
is absolutely an ancient science which is so relevant in our modern day living.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. And just one point before we end. So, people generally focus, now that you mentioned the ancient science and our Sanatana Dharma, people mainly focus on the health benefits of yoga, right? And pranayama and meditation. So the main aim of pranayama, yes, it gives you all of these health benefits. It's going to help us extensively to strengthen our lungs, build the immune system, and help, with reducing stress and anxiety, especially now during this pandemic. But it's been around for ages and it's been used. It's so ancient and it's still being used today. And it's only now in the past 10 years that science is appreciating and researching the benefits of this ancient science. But we must not forget that the aim of yoga, the aim of pranayama, yoga means unity or oneness. It originates from the Sanskrit word yuj, which means to join. So the aim is to ultimately connect us, the individual consciousness, to the supreme consciousness, which is God, and to help us attain self-realization or God realization. So that is actually the ultimate aim of yoga, and everything else, these are all just side effects, all these health benefits and all of that. So that's what I wanted to end the session with, since you mentioned Sanatana Dharma. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Atma finding Paramatma. Yeah. The Atma finding Paramatma. Okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Jodhi Rekha. Jodhiji, thank you so much for spending that 1 hour teaching. It was really nice. I do it
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. Pleasure. When somebody guides you, somebody professional like you guides you, it's even better. So with that note, viewers, I'd like to thank you for staying with us, listening to us. And remember, you are in Dharma broadcasting, and we bring nothing except Sanatana Dharma and Hinduism. And remember, if you're a Hindu, just like me, you must be a proud one, and I'm a proud one. And if you're a proud one, make sure you join us every Saturday, 9 o'clock Malaysian time, and we have always have these e-flyers on our events. Join us and support this wonderful cause. Yeah. With that note, thank you, viewers.
Thank you. Thank you again, Yutuji. You've been doing excellent work, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. Right.
All right. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste, namaskar, vanakkam.